Hello, hello, hello. My name is Paula Sherrill. I am a doTERRA wellness advocate. I'm also a holistic health and wellness practitioner. And today we're going to be talking through our book club. This is our first one. I'm so excited to be able to talk with you about different books all about holistic health and wellness. I believe that every one of us need a really, really, really good resource book because most of the time, that I'm working with any type of a client, one of the biggest questions that I get, or even some of my colleagues get, is what do you have that would be good for fill in the blank, any health element, right? Well, I'm all about empowering people, right? So that's something that's really, really, really important to me is that while I'm here for you and I want to support you, I don't want you to feel like you're dependent, like I'm the only one with the answers. Because honestly, anytime that you have a really good resource book with a box of oils and your supplements, you've got everything that you need to become an expert. So that's how I learned. That's how a lot of people learned. I've gone to other certifications in addition to that, don't get me wrong. But I'm just saying, though, that for you to work within your own home and with your family to really look for answers, get a really good resource book. My very favorite one is The Essential Life. Now, I'm Sher Essentials, right? That's my business name because I believe that we have really key essential things in our life that we really need to share with people. Now, while my business name is SHER, share, it's more of a play on my last name, but I really do feel like we need to share the essentials of life in so many ways. So there's a book that's called The Essential Life. And it's a pretty thick book, right? It's got a lot of different categories, a lot of different information in here, and it is quite amazing. So today we're going to go through that. But before we do that, I'm going to introduce you to another one of my favorite books. It's not as big, not nearly as thick, but still has really great, awesome information in it. It is called The Live Guide. And that's usually where anyone that joins us in doTERRA, that's where I have them get started with. So I'm going to share with you the Live Guide today because I feel like everybody needs to know about the Live Guide. So the Live Guide is a booklet that you can add to your rewards order or to your initial order, either way. And it is one that really talks about embracing a healthy, holistic lifestyle. So you're going to want to transform your wellness, and this will actually show you very simple step-by-step ways to do this. And we start with something that we like to call the wellness ladder or the wellness, habit type of stacking kind of thing. We're all about habit stacking. So the very foundation that we do with anything in our life has to be nutrition and digestion. That is where we're going to start here at the bottom, nutrition and digestion. So the very first thing that I typically recommend for anybody that I'm working with is to get on a really, really good vitamin and mineral supplement. And a lot of people will come to me and say, but Paula, I'm already taking vitamins and minerals. I've been taking them every day and that kind of thing. But then when we do a wellness scan, it either shows up that it's not doing anything for them or they're in the red zone, meaning that it's not functioning in a healthy way. So, so for those, we're going to want to change what they're doing, right? And if you're open to or want to or have questions about our wellness scans, please reach out. We do them remotely as well, so you do not have to actually be in our office to do those. Anyway, so with these, we want to make sure you're on a really, really good supplement. Now, for those of you that don't know, most supplements on the market today are maybe 10, 20% absorbed in your body, and they only last in your body a couple of hours. Then they're gone. And most are filled with synthetics. There's actually one vitamin mineral supplement that's marketed on the market today. You can get in most stores. And when they have studied it on the absorption rates, they have found that it's 0% absorption. So that's not really helping you, right? So that is something that you really want to pay attention to. Now, we do have a patented formula and a 30-day money-back guarantee on our Lifelong Vitality Pack. That is the one set of supplements that I feel like has changed my life and has changed the lives of so many others. And that is something that I love and I recommend to all of my clients. However, some people are like, I don't want to be taking all those pills. Well, lucky you, we have a powdered version as well. So that's really awesome as well. In addition, we have Terrazyme, which is our digestive enzymes, and we have PB Restore, our pre, pro, and postbiotic. It is amazing. It's double capsulated and it's time released. So this is your foundation. Everybody needs to be on this. I don't care how clean you eat. Our food does not have the nutrients that it did 100 years ago. I eat clean. I eat clean every day. I love being able to get clean, organic, farm fresh food, but it still does not have the nutrients that it had 100 years ago because there's been a lot of soil depletion and nutrient depletion in growing these plants. So please keep that in mind. These are very needed. In addition, our bodies were made to move. We have this metabolic system that's like the engine of our body, and it needs to be moving, right? Like we want that moving all the time. So our deep blue products and our deep blue line is really helpful when you're moving your body and you might feel some stiffness or some soreness or that type of thing. Use your deep blue. Now, with that in mind, a lot of stiffness and soreness can come from dehydration. So you want to make sure that you're staying hydrated. And we do that through our MetaPower line as well. But we have a recharge. We have our electrolytes. I definitely recommend that. That is not pictured here. I'm just letting you know that. Because stiffness can come in different forms. I don't want you to just think that you're treating a symptom and using deep blue. We want to also make sure that we're getting to the root cause of it. Okay, now when it comes to also the metabolic health, that's where our MetaPower system and the MetaPower line comes in. A lot of different forms that we have there. Not only do we have our oil blend and all of our MetaPower products, but we also have things like our collagen. Now, collagen right now has been a buzzword. A lot of people have collagen, right? But not all collagen is created equally, just like not all essential oils are created equally. Please look and research into what you're getting. Our collagen has 9 different forms of marine source collagen, and they all have tripeptides. So that is important. Do Google that. Find out what tripeptides are. Find out what that means. Like, I want you to do your own research on that one so you can see how important and how imperative this is. That is like 27 forms of collagen. That is amazing, right? And very absorbed in the body. Helps with heart health, circulation, joint, cartilage, all kind of things, right? So metabolic health and all of that. That body engine has got to keep moving. Then we have rest and manage stress. I tell you, everybody I talk to is under some form of stress. And so that is something that we really want to be able to talk with people about and help them with. So we want to make sure people are calm, they're grounded, they're able to approach life and all the stressors that are thrown at them in a very good and healthy way. And then we want to reduce the toxic load that our bodies have, our world has, our home has, that kind of thing. So we want to make sure that our bodies are toxin free, but also our homes are. So that's a really big deal. We have a whole toxin free program line, products, all kind of things. And then we want to protect and restore our immune system and our cellular health. Like that's a really big deal. We want that on a daily basis. And then we have proactive healthcare. And that's where we get into different types of things where we're bringing our body into homeostasis and also learning proactively how to help your bodies. So what are ways that you can think of to be able to be proactive with your healthcare and your health journey? One of the things that I like to do is aroma touch. It's a form of aromatherapy that can really be beneficial for anybody and everybody in your family. I do recommend that everybody learn that. It looks like massage, but it's not necessarily. It is a system of applying the oils in a way that brings the body into homeostasis and will help with stressors. It helps with cellular health. It helps with so many different things. So that is really, really important. Okay. Really establishing some daily habits is really important. So nutrition and digestion, in addition to taking those, the Lifelong Vitality Pack, the PB Restore, the Terrazymes, you want to eat really good, healthy, farm fresh, organic type food, like really nutrient dense food. And right now, there's a lot on the market that does not qualify as that. So you want to make sure that you do your research and you're eating whole fresh foods. You want to definitely decrease your consumption of sugar, caffeine, dairy, and processed foods. I cannot stress that enough. Okay, so here we go again, our Lifelong Vitality Pack, our Copaiba soft gels. That's really a big deal. Um, this says Zen Jest or Terrazyme, but we in America call it Digest Zen. Zen Jest is what we use in some of our other countries. So Terrazyme is our digestive enzymes, and then PB Assist is comes in the sticks, and then we have the PB Restore that is a double capsulated pill. In addition, we have our doTERRA chewable A to Z capsules for our kids. And we do have the omegas that are no longer bottled like that, but they're in our soft gels that they can just bite and chew and then spit out the shell. It's really kind of cool. Then our Live Guide also has other recipes in it, which is really kind of cool as well. Movement is so important. Our bodies were made to move. The only way to move any types of toxin buildup in our lymph glands is to move. Our body, our lymph system does not have that gravitational pull like a lot of our other systems does. So you've got to really move the body. Okay. All right. So again, we have our deep blue line. We have our Air X also. We have our deep blue rub, our deep blue oil, our Copaiba, deep blue and Copaiba stick, the deep blue polyphenol capsules, Mito2 Max for energy, turmeric for inflammation. Oh, such beautiful things. All right, and then metabolism. We talked about that a little bit already. This will actually give you a little bit of a guideline and protocol on how to use this. So whenever you purchase your Live Guide, that will be very helpful for you. In addition, we have our MetaPower um, line as well. That was the collagen here is pictured that I was talking about before. Resting and managing stress. If we don't get enough sleep, our bodies will not function like it needs to. We will definitely feel off with our energy and our emotions. To help us feel more balanced emotionally, we do have our emotional aromatherapy set, both in 5 milliliter bottles, or you can get them in the roller bottles. I'm a big fan of the roller bottles. Those are ones that I use almost every day. We have, in addition, when it comes to sleep, we have our Serenity capsules. We also have a Serenity stick, like a deodorant stick, and we have a Serenity oil blend that you can use to diffuse. That helps so much with sleep. Reducing toxicity is going to come in your lifestyle habits. So we do have a cleanse and restore, like a 30-day detox for our bodies. And again, hydration is so important. But in addition to detoxing our bodies, we need to detox our home. What we spray in our home, what we clean our home with, that type of thing really, really matters more than you think. We've got to eliminate those commercial cleaning products that use those horrible, horrible toxics products that are in there. You want to use plant-based, non-toxic cleaners and detergents. That is so key and so important. So I generally recommend our On Guard Cleaner Concentrate. It's the one I use, and I just love it. I also use the On Guard Laundry Detergent. Another thing is our On Guard Foaming Hand Wash. So important, so key. Also, we have our skincare because what we put on our skin goes into our blood. Please keep that in mind when you are when you have your personal care products, like even our toothpaste. Now, some people still think that they're using a really good toothpaste, but I'm going to tell you, a lot of the toothpaste that claim they're natural really are not. They still have other things in them that are not so good. Sun care is another one. You want to make sure that you're using a really good sun care that where your body's not absorbing toxic, harmful products. Informed self-care. So this is where we're going to really be ready for whatever may come, right? So we do have our On Guard purifying mist, like a spray mist. We also have our wipes, and we have On Guard soft gels to help keep our immune system clear. And we have our Breathe to help with the oxygen. Here they're calling it doTERRA Air. Again, that's what it's called in other countries. In America, it's called Breathe. We have a Correct X that's like a Neosporin, but better. I think it's better anyway. And then we have our other anticoagulants and other cooling oils, other antifungal oils, that kind of thing that can really help as well. So what I'd like for you to do is write down your top 3 health priorities and let's see how we can custom your order just for you, right? Now, in doing this, I don't want to just do the Live Guide and just be like, okay, you're on your way, right? Because I really want to be able to help you be able to come up with something that's really going to help you within your budget. So some people will come up with a list of oils to buy, and then later on, after the fact, find out that they could have gotten them cheaper if they had gotten them in a kit. So that's where we come in as your mentor and also as your health coach. We want to make sure that you're getting the best bang for your buck. So we don't want you to invest in something you don't know how to use, for one thing, but we also want you to be able to get the best price for it. So we will have you list your top wellness priorities for you and your family. What solutions do you already have? Like what oils do you have? What supplements do you already have? That kind of thing. And then you'll list what you need. Now, Dr. Hill has recommended a daily health habits, daily healthy habits, we call it. We actually have a healthy habits kit that I love, and it will have all of the things that he recommends in a day. And that is what I generally will recommend for a lot of people because it helps to get you started. And then we'll go through other goals that you might have and that type of thing. So I just ask you to reach out to your mentor so we can set up a full wellness consultation with you. So then you can have that. Okay. Now I promised you the the Essential Life book, right? So here I'm going to stop my share for a minute, and I'm going to share with you this book and why I love it so much. So I'm going to just take the screen down here just a little bit so I can spotlight the book here for a minute. But in the book, it will have a lot of different mappings. So here you'll have the quick reference that'll be all the red. You'll have the natural solutions that'll be in the green section. The focus areas in the blue section, right? The living will be in the light blue, and then you'll have the index that will be in the yellow. So it is color coded throughout here, but then also as you are going through this, sorry, my camera here is now trying to make this wider than it needs to be. Hopefully it will fix that in a minute. Also, there's a lot of how-to in here, right? So there's some how-to. There's also some safety and storage. There is also recommendations in here for different combinations of products, what products blend well with others. And then it has substitutions. Maybe you're like, oh, I need that oil, but I don't have it. So what can I substitute for that one? Right. So that will also be a good one. Then we have in here this A to Z. This is actually my favorite part of the book. This is one where it will list different health elements in A to Z. So like right here, I'm seeing adrenal fatigue. A lot of people do deal with that. And then the 5 top oils that are recommended for that, and then also more information here and page numbers to go to look for that. Isn't that awesome? I love this. I swear this is the most used section of this book for me, is this A to Z guide. Now, I did just open this one this morning, so it'll look brand new because it is. I just got me a set of them. So then we're going to go into the essential oil section. And with this one, it's just A to Z, right? So all of the blends, the singles, the everything all mixed in together. In some of our older books of Essential Life book, they're separated singles in one section, blends in another. But in this one, they put them all together. So whatever oil you may think that you want to look up or know more about or anything, you can definitely do that. So I got some of the pages here sticking together. But I really do love this. So one of the oils that I do recommend the most is adaptive, especially for people dealing with a lot of stressors and a lot of different mental health type things, where it be depression, anxiety, or that type of thing. But what this does is it'll actually list all the health elements that that you might be dealing with and things that adaptive could help. So for instance, this says chaotic environments, situations, and lack of tranquility, loss of composure, poor coping capacity, and anxiety, menstruation and menopause related moodiness and depression, addictive, obsessive, compulsive behaviors or overthinking, lack of motivation and mental fatigue, lack of focus and concentration, ability to stay on task, restlessness, upset baby or colic, tired, achy, weak, or run down, loss of sense of smell, brain issues, Alzheimer's, elevated cortisol levels, personal, and you can also use it as a perfume. Then emotional balance, you can use this aromatically and topically to go from uneasy to resilient. Isn't that awesome? And then it will also tell you down here, sweet gum, a lesser known essential oil with a sweet forest-like aroma, has a chemical composition reminiscent of a mixture of copaiba, frankincense, and Douglas fir. Okay, it'll tell you what the main ingredients are in here, what to substitute with, and any type of safety things. And some of them also is reference studies. So anyway, so you can just go through these and it will just share with you just different types of different elements and whatever that are in each of these oils. Now, instead of going through the book and reading each one of these, there is a topical guide in the back, right? So then you can look up different studies or different topics, right? But also in the front of the book, remember that A to Z guide that I showed you in the front? This will also tell you the oil. So then you can go and look those up as well. We also go into the different systems of the body throughout this book. And again, it's trying to make this all blown up. So then it goes into different systems of the body. And we'll have different protocols for different things, has different recipes, different, oh my goodness, so many different things. Kids' health, women's health. Also, it has a supplement section in the middle. I think I kind of skipped over that one. But we have menus, different sides, a lot of recipes. So if you want to cook with essential oils, you can. Now, keep in mind, you can only cook with doTERRA essential oils. I would not recommend that for others. But, and again, in the back, so doTERRA gets their oils from all over the world. So it will tell you where we're getting their oils from and what part of the world we're getting it from. Oils that are grown indigenously and in their natural habitat. Kind of cool. All right, so that is the Essential Life book. Now, some of you might be going, okay, but I don't do well with a hard copy. Is there an app or something that I can put on my phone and just have it so I could just look it up? And the answer to that is yes. So let me show you where that's at. I go back here to the Live Guide for a minute, and then I'm going to share here. So you can go to a website called wellnessnook.life, right? And here you can create an account. And when you create an account, they'll actually send you a different resource book that I also really like called the Advanced Oil Magic Book, right? And you'll actually get that free. So you can use that in an app on the Wellness Nook app and then get those free. Now, if you did want to pay a monthly fee or an annual fee, you can get not only that book, but others as well, including the Essential Life book. So let me go back up here for a minute. So if you could use some help in knowing what to go for, there is so many different books here, so many different resources. So what you get, here we go. Try Wellness Book and Sage Free for 7 days. And let me see if I can blow this up. Nope, it's not letting me blow that one up. Oh, but I can do this. So Sage AI Holistic Health Assistant, Oil Magic Emotions, exotic and unusual oils. There's another Earth Resources virtual book, Emotions Made Simple. Here's the Essential Oils Magic, and then the Essential Life book. Essential Quick Reference Guide, 8th edition, even showing. So frequently asked questions, wellness book. So I'm going to take us back to the top. And again, I don't get a kickback on this. I'm just sharing with you ways that you can get it. There are other ways, so this is not the only way. So let me show you the other way as well. But if you go to the Wellness Nook, you can do a reference guide. You can do the Wellness Nook All Access Pass. You can, there's just so many different things. Okay, Back to Basics virtual book is actually free. I didn't even know that was there. That's a new one for me. There's an A to Z quick reference guide, but it's in Thai. Keep that in mind. This one's in Spanish. So they are in different languages. The Essential Foodie. So if you're a foodie and want to do that, you can also do that. All right, and then we can go over here to, oh, where was it? There is the Essential Life. Yeah, here we go. So there's the Essential Life book and app. So if you just want just the Essential Life, right, you can also get that. So there is an app for this, has all of the sections that we just talked about. So there are other ways of being able to get this. So if you were to shop this, you could get, it's the Essential Life book for the basics, right? And it also comes in an app. So if you wanted to get the app, you could definitely do that as well. And that you can find in the App Store. Okay. So you might want to compare those and see which ones you think would have the most value for you. In addition, there is something that we have essential oil stories. So I want to play this for you. But before I do, I want to make sure that my share is sharing optimized so that you can hear what I'm hearing. Okay, so we're going to watch this here just.
What happens when a medical professional with over 2 decades of experience encounters a situation that modern medicine just can't seem to solve? Today, we're joined by Heidi Lafferty, a registered nurse and vice president of a hospice agency. Heidi was faced with
Okay, so I'm not going to show you that whole story, and I'll tell you why. Because right here, when you go to the Essential Life, I don't know if it's also, I don't know, it's not in the most. Look, if you go to the Essential Life, let me back up here a minute because it's kind of out there. Do you see right here where it says Oil Stories? Right here, that's where I found that. You can go to the Oil Stories podcast and you can see. So that's actually where I got that from. So I didn't come up with it. I didn't make it up. I'm just letting you know where that came from. All right. The other thing is when we go back to the Essential Life, we have unplugged events. Now I did click on that already and it's showing up here. Unplugged just means we're checking our phones in at the door and we're just going in and we're just talking openly about health issues without having to work around certain wording or whatever because we can't be recorded in doing that. So just keep that in mind as well. And then also there are other things you might want to know about the app. You can look that up as well. So I hope that was helpful for you today. But that is something that I have found to be super, super helpful in being able to help other people and also to empower other people as well, so that then they have the resources that they need and to be able to help their families. And I hope that you do as well. I hope that you found a blessing in this. And I hope that if you have any questions, you'll reach out because I'd love to be a part of your journey and to support you in any way. Thank you so much for joining us today.